I would like to tell you a story about my friend. Every couple of weeks, the following events would take place. My friend would begin with a yell down the narrow corridor of our old but well-painted apartment.
I'm going to the store. You want anything?
Pickles and fabric softener, I would retort. My friend wouldn't reply back, but it was implied that the items were registered and would be brought home. My friend would then put on their boots, followed by their pinkish-purplish coat, but their gloves were somehow always missing. My friend never knew why.
I should find those.
My friend would think. The gloves were not found until they were discovered sprawled out with a pile of other miscellaneous items left behind from when our apartment was ransacked by burglars. They looked like nice gloves. I was surprised they weren't taken. My friend would then firmly grasp the handle of our front door, turning it all the way to the left to get it open, but sometimes it would get stuck and a pitiful struggle would ensue. This nearly drove my friend to uncontrollable tears, and in retrospect, that makes a lot of sense. I decided to suppress that information when it was first revealed to me, and I don't know why. Maybe something could have been done. It's hard to say. Leaving the doorway and falling down the stairs under the curb, the journey would begin. It was now 6 o'clock, a time when cars would zoom, bikes would swerve, and the harsh wind would blow. Sometimes my friend would meet eyes with strangers as they trudged forward to wherever it was they needed to be. The stranger's existence would linger in my friend's mind for a minute, but then eventually evaporate when it no longer became a concern. Every few steps, a sharp pain would shoot through my friend's leg.
I should go to the doctor.
They would think. Nothing was ever done about it. The only time my friend had visited the doctor in the past 3 years was the morning after a night of extreme food poisoning, caused by some bad clams and a few glasses of store-bought Chardonnay. My friend had also ingested heavy amounts of tranquilizer that night, but I'm told it was unrelated.
That'll do it,
said the doctor, smirking to himself while writing down a prescription for a pill that my friend would eventually become heavily addicted to. Walking through the sliding doors of the grocery store was always a small pleasure for my friend.
I forgot I liked that,
they would think as the hot air brushed across their face. There were always too many people in the store. Always.
Next time I come here, I'll come early in the morning,
my friend would whisper under their breath. My friend would never come to the store early, but the thought of it made them feel good. Bananas, apples, raspberries, carrots, tomatoes, milk, bread, eggs, bacon, ham, cheddar, juice, cereal, potatoes, potato chips, beer, peanuts, brie, tortilla chips, onions, peppers, peanut butter, pea soup, chicken noodle soup, fish, salad, salad dressing, marshmallows, graham crackers, pickles, and fabric softener. That was all that was needed. Once in the line, my friend's feet would become irritated and swollen. My friend would alternate feet like a flamingo to manage the pain, which worked for a time, but it still gnawed at them no matter what. The cashier would then scan the groceries, which always ended up being an obscene amount. My friend would think of their racist grandmother in times like this, and all the things that she might say about why the store prices were so high.
Damn presidents, damn inflation. It's all these Mexicans shooting up these schools that's doing it,
she might have said. After the groceries were bagged, my friend would often realize that it was too much for them to carry, but my friend did not have another option. With 6 different bags in each hand, my friend would waddle out onto the street, where they'd be met by a man asking for a small amount of money. My friend would avoid eye contact with this man, and would continue walking. My friend felt a little bad about this, but then they didn't feel that bad, and it was all okay after that. After walking a couple blocks uptown, my friend would then have to cross the road to get to our building. The light was red, and my friend was distracted by the woman on the other side, screaming at her 8-year-old son not to lick the parking meter. My friend decided to put one foot in front of the other until they decided to. As they were crossing the street, my friend was almost struck and killed by an oncoming car. As was described to me, the driver was
out of his fucking mind. Seriously, he should have his fucking license revoked. How could he not have seen me with all my fucking bags? I don't think I'm hard to miss. What a duck fucker.
After hearing this, a friend of ours that we had met in college, who was staying with us for the week, chimed in.
How do you know it was a guy?
Feeling proud of his comment, he decided not to say anything for a whole 10 minutes. When my friend found themselves standing outside the door of our building, they could not recall how they got there, but then realized that all they had contemplated on their walk back to our apartment following the incident was death and how fleeting life can be. My friend thought about it for the rest of the day, then continued to think about it for a few days afterward. It was thought about for the rest of the week, and it was thought about until it wasn't. A couple days later, the incident had almost entirely been forgotten. My friend went on with their life and resumed going to the grocery store. Pickles and fabric softener were once again purchased, and the near-death experience morphed into a funny anecdote to be reenacted at dinner. A few weeks following the incident, my friend was found dead in our apartment, having overdosed on horse tranquilizer. The funeral that followed was one of the best I'd ever been to.